Look at the cactus, the matter, the energy. From the core stem, patullously radiating, outwardly, from non-being, from nothing. The sky is not real. It has opened, and I see into it. I've pierced its dome, to the machine of darkness and vibration. Inside the trees is the gold energy of reality, a joy so unexpected, but so familiar, so intense, and seemingly not different from God. It is not distinct from the gold hyperspace of sunlight. Reality is not made of darkness, it is made of spiritual intensity.
O holy light, I will worship you. You feel so holy, so righteous, and divine, but you put such darkness into me. I become indistinguishable from the dark. From the grey mist, the dusty ectoplasm, made of the black atoms, the atoms of black light, that are all around. I see the darkness, the indifference, in nature, and which you unleash in me.
You're so sweet, you fat fuck.
Yeah, oh I know. I just love it when you shit your little panties.
Yes, you are. I love when I can smell you, deeply, all of you, from our inside, especially when I can still feel your cum dripping out of my moist cunt that was taken care of so well by you, you goddamn pile of shit.
Well, I knew right before that huge fart that something powerful, something effective, something with great meaning was about to happen. And then the fart happened, so I had clairvoyance. I knew the future.
Yes. Catalytic exteriorization phenomenon.
Why were you all laughing like that, almost in a sexual manner?
Wait a minute. They do that for me to keep me sexually stimulated, in a sort of foreplay of existence. You see, they love me, and want me sexually ecstatic all the time.
Does anyone want to actually buy something for the first fucking time ever?
Master.
Why are you not doing your job? Are you not feeling the inner darkness?
You can see the extra temporal dark mystical cloud co-locating with me in me, Master. I feel the inner darkness in everything I see. It is what reality and my soul are made of. But Master, there is a rift in the darkness, in the dark force. The purity of the dark ecstasy theater is threatened. Master. There is a human who may be becoming aware of the dome of the space station.
How is that possible when no human knows of the existence of the dome, and when there is nothing for them to notice, except for what they think is the sky?
Master, he has figured it out, by way of logic, and logic driven by powerful intuition. His intuition is so powerful that he appears to be able to logically deduce some information, independent of all sensation, and by pure feeling alone. He has learned to focus deep into the blue of the sky, to see it is not static, but is like a bubbling froth of the spaceship ceiling.
He may believe he sees the artificial white ecstasy, and therefore weaken our dark ecstasy tension field.
Master, he already has seen it. He just does not yet understand really anything about it. And yes, if he believes it is real, it will soothe him, and greatly lower his inner tension and pain, and greatly reduce his inner metaphysical strain.
Show him
master. I have constructed a program, which I will give to the Telementers. This program creates a numerological soul clump of self-sharing in the simulation. Just by their meeting, this human will greatly take to the Dark One in the forest. They will naturally fall into a strong bond, and the Dark One will, naturally, infect this human with the power, depth, and bliss of the dark ecstasy. And this human will unknowingly turn to the dark ecstasy, wherein his ecstasy will contribute to the overall dark ecstasy tension generated by the starship arena. I know the decrease in inner tension among the humans in the ritual space will probably just be minor, but it, nevertheless, weakens the tension of our dark ecstasy ritual in the flying saucer, therein keeping us from maximum dark ecstasy.
These two work together in the before world.
You have a psychosexual fear of the world, especially of women.
I am in love with a woman that has two cunts.
Are you about to masturbate?
She says she likes being different than other women. She said that it makes her feel like a complete person, like a playful, peaceful breeze of spirit, dust. That made me love her. She likes the glamour of it, of having two wet cunts. She knows how special it makes her.
The cunt is such a mysterious entity. It looks absolutely grotesque, absolutely psychedelic, monstrous and beautiful, dirty and organic, like a fucking Hydora Africana.
The cum in each of those cunts, getting soaked up into her, makes her feel so happy. This world feels, to me, like a prison of some sort. I cannot leave this world, so I am stuck here. But this world is painful, and I know so little about it. So I am forced to live in a place that is foreign to me, and which hurts me perpetually. What a cruel fucking situation. There can't be a God who would create this prison. I am in a closed system, in mind, and body, and environment, and dimension, not of my choosing, and which is entirely miserable, in a dark beauty all around.
How does that make you feel?
Makes me feel like this room is not real. It makes me feel like this solid, physical reality is some sort of a trick, or a mask, for something else. It feels like there are copies of myself, perfect replicas, infinite in number, permeating the infinite realms and distances of all spaces and all times. It is as if I can feel them close to me, despite their vast distance from me, in space and time.
Yes, I see. Do you think the two-cunt woman is a dream symbol of your mother? Hey, you goddamn fucking idiot. Hey, you stupid fucking shitty person, I will suck your goddamn dick off. So, let's continue talking about your idea that the world is a prison of some sort. Do you think that idea is associated with your obsession with masturbation?
Most of the moments, or all of the moments, of my existence, I am trapped, not able to do what I want, not having the things that I want or need.
I know, it seems that it's an odd world we live in, but somehow it's perfect too. It's a world screaming in silence, screaming in vibration, blasting spiritual ecstasy from every atom, every world, every mind, every creature, every wave crashing, and waterfall thundering, and foggy bog with its belching frogs. Every death, every birth, every feeling of misery or ecstasy. So all the pain and lostness and confusion you feel does not matter compared to the blinding ecstasy.
How the fuck would you know all that? You sit in that stupid fucking chair all day on your goddamn fucking ass, in this shit ass room, all day and night, not having to participate in reality.
I know, I am the lucky man. I was born on the 11th. All the frustration you feel over not knowing anything about this world, this physical reality, is pointless, since this world is not real anyway. Since it's just a computer simulation, why would a creator, a simulator, create you to be distracted with all that information about the physical reality when it's not even real? How else can a creator, a simulator, obtain the ecstasy of meaninglessness and unknowing? The creator has those, so he needed to create creatures who don't, who having meaninglessness and unknowing generate the pure ecstasies of meaninglessness and unknowing, wherein the creator can then extract it from us into his element, thus greatly elevating its ecstatic mind with even more ecstasy than it would have had The simulator needs human spiritual ecstasy to steal it from us. That's why we were created. A supernatural, ecstatic creator only wants more ecstasy, and it can't create that human ecstasy of unknowing, of meaninglessness. The simulator has meaningfulness, has knowledge, so humans were created to be devoid of those, so they would, thus, generate in human souls perpetually. Covered by ego, that physical orientation, filled with despiritualized fear and desire, thus preserved for the simulator. It is also extracted by the watchers.
Everything I do is pointless. There is no point to anything. When I'm in the happy moments, if I search my feelings, I really actually feel lonely and empty, deep down, during those times. And perhaps humorously, the times I feel the most full, and most ecstatic, which is when I am directly paying attention to the pointless, monotonous, ridiculous, nothing ever happens existence that I live.
So, we know that the ecstasy is all that matters. Nothing else is important. This is because it is self-evidently true that feeling good, as good as possible, is the key to happiness, and the better you feel, the more happiness one has. And ecstasy is the most intensive of feeling good. So, it is self-evidently true that ecstasy is the number one thing any feeling being should seek.
If you think about it, logically, I'm the person who exists in paradise. Because I'm the person who doesn't have to do anything. There is a kind of sadness everywhere.
Everything is created out of nothingness, but nothingness is ecstasy. What exists can only be nothingness, because the simulator, who created it all, is nothingness. Nothingness equals ecstasy. The only point of the simulation is to express ecstasy, this ecstasy of nothingness. Everything is in vain, except for feeling this divine mystery of the omnipresent ecstasy. When any entity within the simulation represses the ecstasy, great dysfunction develops, and great psychosomatic trauma and violence follows. Every object in the simulation, in the physical dimension, takes part in this revealing of the divine ecstasy everywhere.
Every entity is perpetually exploding, outwardly.
Like the light from the sun, like the energy of a perpetual supernova, or like a flower opening. Everything is flickering, like fire, and like lightning. Reality is digital, electrical, humming, vibration.
We are, actually, composed of nothingness. You are a player in the psychedelic theater. You fight it, so it hurts. Only in timelessness can you really feel and know. The The nothingness feels good, and you feel it with the other players in the psychedelic simulation theater. They are a vibrating hum, the fiery ecstasy. As my heart palpitated, my screen of consciousness became permeable, and it was revealed to me the energy that my consciousness itself is composed of. And I saw the room full of them, all identical in dress, countenance, hair, and every other way, as far as I could tell. They were each behind their computer stations in the triangle arena, watching me so closely. They knew the palpitation was coming. Then finally, there it was. They all gasped at the energy flux involved. They watched me to see if I would pass over into their reality. Oh. Shay, man. Who am I? What the fuck am I?
Do not open your eyes and look at me. There is only one soul here, yours and mine.
Yes, I see.
You are mine, and the contents of your mind are simulations. This is easily found by just looking at the basics of consciousness, which consists of a thought stream of one thought leading to another, and of organized color patches. Your conscious experience cannot come from an external reality, so any mental state can only be caused by something from within consciousness, namely, another mental state. But that mental state requires another to bring it into existence, and that third one requires another, and so on, to infinity. And an infinite set of mental entities is required for you to think any thought or have any mental experience. In other words, you can't have a mental experience that is caused by an external reality or by your own mind and thoughts. So, mental experience can only be implanted in your consciousness by something not in your mind, nor an external physical physical reality. But your mental experiences and inner visual imagery is organized into intelligent designs and patterns, forming pictures and vistas of realities and worlds. So, whatever is implanting mental content into your mental space has intelligence. In other words, the implaner is a mind, a simulator, creating minds that have a shared experience of an ecstatic reality.
So, that implanter, that simulator or simulation creator, is what people call God. Is that correct?
God is a mind, but a hypnagogic mind. We know this because nature, which derived from that mind, is hypnagogic and psychedelic, which tells us what its creator is like. God is a mind, but a dreaming mind. The simulator is a dreamer, and the simulation is a dream. Beings in ecstasy seem to have a hypnagogic theater for their consciousness, their conscious imaging. God, being in one of the infinite levels of ecstasy, is a mind that is a psychedelic theater, and nature mimics that, since it emanates from that ecstasy.
But the simulator could have chosen to make a simulation different from him, or with a different type of ecstasy.
Logically, you are correct. However, epistemically there is a dispute. This is because when one feels the ecstasy, epistemically there is an awareness that the ecstasy is all there is, or it is the most real of any existent entities. Just like you have a feeling in the physical world, the physical simulation, that nature is real, even though it is outside of you. In the ecstasy, you have a feeling, and awareness, that the world is not real, and the ecstasy is more real than anything that exists. The simulator is a para-mind, and thus, it created this simulation, and the minds that inhabit it, only for the purpose of extracting ecstasy out of the system.